Jenny's decision to leave India has finally turned into reality, and this time, it is not a temporary trip or a dramatic threat. This is a permanent goodbye. After years of fighting cultural barriers, family rejection, and emotional exhaustion, Jenny has packed her bags and walked away from the life she built with Sumit. Cameras captured the moment Sumit realized the truth, and his heartbreak was impossible to hide. For years, fans of 90 Day Fiancé watched Jenny sacrifice everything for love. She left her family, her comfort, and her country to be with Sumit in India. She defended him through lies, secrets, and endless excuses. But what once looked like a love story slowly turned into a cycle of pain, disappointment, and broken promises. Sources close to the couple reveal that Jenny reached a breaking point after realizing that nothing was truly changing. Despite years together and countless emotional conversations, Sumit still struggled to stand up fully to his family. The pressure from his parents never faded, and Jenny was constantly made to feel like an outsider in her own home. Jenny reportedly felt isolated, lonely, and emotionally drained. Living in a country where she never fully felt accepted took a massive toll on her mental health. Friends say she began questioning whether love alone was enough to survive a lifetime of resistance, judgment, and emotional neglect. The moment Jenny made her decision, it shocked everyone around her. She quietly began preparing for her departure, avoiding unnecessary arguments and emotional confrontations. She did not want another dramatic fight. She wanted peace. When Sumit finally realized Jenny was serious, the weight of reality hit him hard. Cameras caught Sumit breaking down as he watched Jenny leave. His voice cracked, his eyes filled with tears, and his body language revealed regret and helplessness. This was not just another argument. This was the end of the life he had grown comfortable with. Sumit reportedly begged Jenny to reconsider. He promised change, commitment, and finally choosing her over everyone else. But for Jenny, these promises came too late. She had heard them before, too many times, and each time they ended the same way. Insiders say Jenny felt that Sumit loved her, but not enough to truly protect their relationship. Love without action became meaningless. She no longer wanted to fight battles that should never have been hers alone. As Jenny left India, emotions ran high. She was heartbroken but also relieved. For the first time in years, she chose herself. She chose stability, dignity, and emotional safety over uncertainty and endless compromise. Fans were divided after the footage surfaced. Some sympathized with Sumit, believing he genuinely loved Jenny but was trapped by cultural expectations. Others strongly supported Jenny, praising her courage to walk away from a situation that was slowly destroying her spirit. Social media quickly exploded with reactions. Many viewers pointed out that Jenny gave Sumit more chances than most people ever would. Others criticized Sumit for waiting until the last moment to show urgency, when irreversible damage had already been done. The most painful part of this goodbye is the realization that love alone was never enough. Jenny and Sumit shared deep emotional bonds, unforgettable memories, and genuine affection. But without mutual sacrifice and equal effort, their relationship could not survive. Sources say Sumit is now struggling to cope with Jenny's absence. His home feels empty, and the silence reminds him of everything he lost. Friends claim he is consumed by guilt, replaying every moment where he failed to stand firm for their future. Jenny, on the other hand, is focusing on healing. She is reconnecting with her family and rediscovering the parts of herself that were lost during years of emotional stress. While the pain of leaving remains, she believes the decision was necessary for her survival and happiness. Whether this goodbye is truly forever remains unknown. Fans of the show understand that love stories in the 90 Day Fiancé universe are never simple. But for now, all signs point to an ending that cannot be undone. This chapter of Jenny and Sumit's journey ends not with anger, but with heartbreak, regret, and acceptance. A love that fought hard but ultimately collapsed under the weight of reality. As Jenny disappears from Sumit's life and India fades into memory, one question lingers. Was this love doomed from the beginning, or did fear and hesitation destroy something that could have lasted forever? After Jenny's departure from India, the emotional damage left behind was deeper than anyone expected. What looked like a quiet exit quickly turned into one of the most painful moments in Sumit's life. Those close to him say the reality of losing Jenny did not hit immediately. It arrived slowly, painfully, and without mercy. Sumit reportedly spent days in isolation after Jenny left. The house that once echoed with arguments, laughter, and late-night conversations became unbearably silent. Every corner reminded him of the years they shared, the sacrifices Jenny made, and the future he failed to secure. People close to the situation reveal that Sumit underestimated Jenny's strength. He believed she would always stay, always wait, and always forgive. What he did not realize was that Jenny had been emotionally preparing herself for this goodbye long before she physically left. According to insiders, Jenny felt invisible in the final months of their relationship. Decisions were delayed, promises were vague, and reassurance was missing. She felt like she was living in limbo, married in spirit but never fully accepted in reality. The pressure from Sumit's family never truly stopped. Despite living independently, their influence continued to shape every major decision. Jenny reportedly felt like she was constantly being judged, tolerated rather than welcomed. Over time, that feeling turned into emotional exhaustion. Friends say Jenny cried privately for months before making her final choice. She did not want to leave India as a defeated woman. She wanted to leave with self-respect. The idea of staying and slowly losing herself became more frightening than starting over alone. When Sumit realized Jenny was gone for good, panic set in. He reportedly tried reaching out repeatedly, sending messages filled with regret and fear. But Jenny had already drawn an emotional boundary she refused to cross again. Those familiar with the couple claim Sumit is now facing backlash from his own inner circle. Friends who once defended him are questioning his indecisiveness. Many believe he waited too long to choose Jenny fully, and by the time he did, the damage was irreversible. Meanwhile, Jenny's life after India looks very different. She is said to be rebuilding her routine, reconnecting with people she lost touch with, and prioritizing emotional healing. While the pain of separation remains, she feels lighter without constant tension hanging over her. Viewers of 90 Day Fiancé are revisiting old episodes with new perspective. Moments that once seemed hopeful now appear like warning signs. Fans are pointing out how often Jenny compromised while Sumit hesitated. Online discussions reveal a shift in public opinion. Sympathy is leaning heavily toward Jenny, with many praising her courage to walk away instead of settling for uncertainty. Some fans believe her decision may inspire others stuck in emotionally draining relationships. The most heartbreaking aspect of this story is that neither Jenny nor Sumit lacked love. What they lacked was alignment. Love without security, respect, and mutual effort slowly turned into pain rather than comfort. Sources suggest that Sumit is now questioning his past choices. Regret weighs heavily as he replays moments where he could have acted differently. The absence of Jenny has forced him to confront truths he avoided for years. Despite the heartbreak, there is no public indication of reconciliation. Both appear to be processing the separation in their own ways. For Jenny, distance has brought clarity. For Sumit, loss has brought realization. Industry insiders say this chapter may mark the definitive end of their storyline. While reality television thrives on twists, this separation feels final, not explosive, but deeply emotional and grounded in reality. As fans continue to debate who is at fault, one thing remains clear. This goodbye was not impulsive. It was the result of years of emotional strain, unmet expectations, and silent suffering. Jenny's exit from India symbolizes more than a breakup. It represents choosing self-worth over sacrifice, peace over persistence, and closure over hope that never arrives. Sumit's heartbreak, caught on camera and reflected in his silence, tells the story of a man who realized too late what he was about to lose. This was not a dramatic collapse. It was a slow unraveling. And now, both must live with the consequences of choices made and chances missed. The aftermath of Jenny's departure created a ripple effect that neither she nor Sumit could escape. What followed was not immediate chaos, but a quiet emotional reckoning that unfolded behind closed doors. The cameras stopped rolling, but the consequences continued. Sumit's routine collapsed almost overnight. Simple habits like cooking meals, watching television, or stepping outside became reminders of what was missing. Friends describe him as withdrawn, distracted, and visibly shaken by the permanence of Jenny's absence. Insiders claim Sumit finally confronted the truth he had avoided for years, that hesitation had cost him the person who stood by him unconditionally. The cultural pressure he once used as a shield now felt like a burden he could no longer justify. Jenny's journey after leaving India took an unexpected emotional turn. While she anticipated relief, she also faced waves of grief. Ending a chapter she fought for so long left her questioning her own resilience, but also strengthened her sense of identity. People close to Jenny say she no longer measures her worth through sacrifice. She is redefining love on her own terms, refusing to accept uncertainty disguised as commitment. Her decision was not fueled by anger, but by emotional survival. Behind the scenes, unresolved issues surfaced rapidly. Financial disagreements, future planning failures, and emotional neglect became clearer once distance removed emotional fog. What once felt complicated now appeared painfully obvious. Sumit reportedly attempted to explain his choices to those around him, but his words lacked conviction. Friends noticed a shift. Less defensiveness, more regret. He was no longer protecting excuses. He was confronting consequences. Public reaction continued to evolve. Viewers who once criticized Jenny's persistence began applauding her exit. The narrative shifted from endurance to empowerment, from waiting to walking away. Some fans questioned whether intervention earlier in the relationship could have changed the outcome. Others believed the relationship had an expiration date long before Jenny boarded a plane out of India. Jenny's time away allowed her to recognize how much she compromised. From delayed marriage plans to emotional isolation, she now sees patterns she once ignored. Acceptance replaced denial. Sources indicate Sumit is now reconsidering the expectations placed upon him by family tradition. The loss forced him to reflect on whether compliance was worth the personal cost. Unfortunately, that reflection came after the opportunity passed. There has been no indication of renewed contact between the two. Silence has replaced the endless discussions that once dominated their lives. The absence of communication speaks louder than any argument ever did. This phase of their story lacks dramatic confrontations, but its emotional weight is undeniable. The pain lies in what was unsaid, unresolved, and postponed until it became irreversible. Jenny Slaton's daughter is addressing an alarming video recently posted featuring the 90-Day Fiancé star exhibiting slow, slurred speech and other health-related issues that have fans concerned. Earlier this week, a video was posted to Instagram featuring Jenny being interviewed by one of the show's producers, Rebecca Perlmutter for Swoon.com. In the video, Jenny talks about making spaghetti for her husband Sumit Singh's family. While the topic is light, Jenny's speech in the video is noticeably slurred, and the reality star is speaking much slower than she normally does. The comment section of the video was full of responses from people who were concerned for Jenny, prompting Jenny's daughter Christina Cuevas to chime in and discuss what's happening with her mom. "Hi everyone, thank you for all the concern. We are on it," Christina wrote. "Please keep my mom in your prayers." Later, Christina posted several videos in response to the reaction her mom's interview has gotten, with many fans asking if Jenny, who recently turned 68, had a stroke. While Christina didn't confirm exactly what had caused the changes in Jenny's speech, she did confirm that something is going on with Jenny's health. "Just wanted to give you guys some peace of mind. My mom is okay," Christina said in a video posted Thursday. "She's doing well. We are doing everything that we can to make sure that she's healthy and that she continues to do well." Christina went on to thank viewers for their concern and assured everyone that Jenny's family will do everything in our power to make sure my mom gets whatever care she needs. "We are on it. If you know anything about me, I was on it from the moment I spoke to her," Christina said. "Please don't worry too much. We will keep you posted and let you know what's going on as much as we can. I have to respect my mom's privacy, so if she is okay with me sharing things, then I will share them." Christina confirmed that Jenny has returned to India after being in New York City earlier this week to attend the 90-Day Fiancé Christmas party. In another video posted to TikTok, Christina stated that Sumit wasn't able to come to the United States with Jenny for the party because he doesn't have his visa yet. "Sumit and I have had conversations, so just know that she's in good hands," Christina said. In the comment section of the original video featuring Jenny's interview, Christina told fans that she is in constant communication with her mom, despite Jenny and Sumit living in India. We stay in touch, talk almost daily, and if I need to hop on a plane, I have no problem doing that. Thank you for supporting her, Christina told one person. In the TikTok video, Christina stated that Jennie's family has known about Jennie's situation for a while, and that the most recent 90-day footage featuring Jennie was pre-taped, assumingly before Jennie's medical issues began. I would never, in my wildest dreams, neglect my mom, she said. I already told Sumit that if he needs me to go over there, just say the word and I'm on the next flight. I have no problem dropping my entire life to go help my mother. She's always been here for me. I will do anything that I possibly can do to make sure that she's happy, safe, and healthy. Christina responded to several fans demanding to know more about Jennie's specific issues. We don't know what is going on yet. We are trying to figure it out, and when we do, like I said, we will let you know. She responded to one fan before telling another, "You're not entitled to know, just because you watch her on the show." Jennie Slatin and Sumit Singh are one of two returning couples featured on 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7. The couple has previously appeared on 3 seasons of The Other Way, so viewers are familiar with their story. Jennie is 30 years older than Sumit, which has been an obstacle in their relationship. Cultural differences have also played a part, as Jennie has found it difficult to adjust to living in India after living in America for her entire life. Since Jennie and Sumit are one of the more popular couples on The Other Way Season 7, we figured it would be good to take a look back on the journey. Here's everything the couple has faced on The Other Way, from Season 1 up until now. Jennie and Sumit were first introduced to viewers during The Other Way Season 1. While Sumit initially catfished Jennie, she fell in love with him and was still attracted to him when he showed her his real picture. After years of long distance, Jennie finally decided to move to India to be with Sumit. The move was quite the challenge, however. Sumit's family didn't know about his relationship with Jennie, which she believed to be solely due to their age gap. Sumit would often leave Jennie alone to go and be with his family, which left her frustrated. At the end of the season, Jennie discovered that Sumit had been hiding a huge secret from her. He had been secretly married all along, although it was an arranged marriage his family had forced him into. Jennie left India in tears, believing her relationship with Sumit was over for good. To the surprise of many, Jennie and Sumit reconciled after Season 1. At the beginning of Season 2, Jennie even decided to go back to India to be with Sumit. He promised that he would work on finalizing his divorce as soon as possible. While Jennie was still hurt, she loved Sumit too much to let him go. Once Jennie arrived in India, she and Sumit moved into a new home. However, things quickly became complicated again. Sumit's parents were strictly opposed to his relationship with Jennie, and he spent the season chasing after their blessing. His divorce was finalized, but his parents were still reluctant to accept them. Nonetheless, the season ended on a positive note for Jennie and Sumit as they officially became engaged. Jennie and Sumit returned for a third time during The Other Way Season 3. While their relationship had improved, Jennie had to find a way to stay in India before her visa expired. She looked into getting a missionary visa, but ultimately didn't feel like she'd be able to fully commit to the process. This left only one option. Jennie and Sumit had to get married. Sumit wanted his parents to be on board with the relationship, and his mom agreed to consider it under a few conditions. She wanted to ensure that Jennie could be a proper Indian housewife. Sumit's parents moved in with the couple temporarily so that his mom could teach Jennie how to run a proper Indian household. By the end of the season, Sumit's parents seemed more accepting and even told Jennie that they loved her. Jennie and Sumit ended up getting married at the end of the season, although they didn't tell his parents. Jennie and Sumit have now returned to The Other Way for Season 7. The couple has come a long way, and Sumit's family has finally embraced their marriage with open arms. This season, Jennie and Sumit even moved in with his family and decided to open a family cafe with them. While Jennie is happy to finally be accepted, she is worried that Sumit's mom will expect too much from her.